Don't be scared to start that new story. It might be better than the last one. Don't be scared to go into that new chapter, whether it's by yourself or with someone else. It might just be better than what you just went through. And it's hard because after a breakup happens, after a relationship is over, it kind of feels like cheating when you start talking to someone new, when you start kind of thinking about getting back into it again, about dating, about love. It doesn't feel right because this person that you once had, they meant everything to you. They meant a lot. They were part of your life 24/7, and now you're starting over again. And that's hard. I recently had this conversation with one of my friends who got discarded. And she recently was telling me that there was this guy that's finally came into her life, but she doesn't know whether or not to take it, to start this new story after what she just went through. And I just kept reminding her, just have fun. The hard part is knowing that you're no longer tied down to the past. You don't have to think about that past person. They aren't part of your life. They don't control any narrative of your life. But it feels wrong because they were telling me, but it feels like cheating in a way. Even though it's been a long time since all of that happened, it still feels like cheating in a way. And I understand that feeling oh so well. But I also told her, if you want to kind of go into this seriously about love, you also have to ask yourself, are you officially moved on from the past? Can you face the past and say, you know what, this happened to me? I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Because I'm in the mentality of once you start talking to someone new, someone that may potentially could be a partner for you, you have to let the past go. You cannot talk to that person. You shouldn't be talking to that person. That was part of your past, that ex or that ex situationship. You need to let it go. Even if they pop in your mind, it should only pop in your mind as, memories that you fondly remember of, or memories that were good. You shouldn't be thinking about that love that you have for that person, that love that you had for them. And it would be worse if you think about that person and yet you still have mixed feelings about them. You still have mixed emotions about them. In that case, I told her, if you have that, don't pursue it, because the worst thing that you could do is hurt someone else because you're still hung up on something. Whether good or bad, if you're still hung up on something in the past, you're going to hurt that other person. Because let's be honest, if you're in a relationship with someone and they are still thinking about their ex or they are still talking about their ex, you wouldn't want that. No one would want that. I think the most common phrase that we would all come to is, that's the past. Why are you talking about it? But I told her as well, have fun. You aren't tied down to this person yet. This person is entirely new. Learn about them, figure out what they're like. Do they have hobbies and interests that you like? Have fun. And it's scary. Yes, it is very much scary, but it's fun. And if you're on the single journey of being like, I want to focus on myself, I want to have fun by myself, I want to just be with my friends and family, that's cool too, especially after a breakup just occurred. Because I'm a firm believer that if a breakup just happened, if you just got discarded, if something traumatic happened between you and a past partner or you and an ex, you need to take the time to be by yourself immediately. Whether that be 6 months to a year, take the time to be by yourself. Because the worst thing that you could do, and I've already mentioned it, is bring someone else along and to try to distract yourself, or to try to be like, yeah, this person's going to fix all of what I'm feeling right now. When in reality, the person that needs to fix it is yourself. You need to point the finger towards yourself, not towards someone else and say, you can fix it. It's to you. But after the year has passed, after however long it takes to finally get over this person, and you're hesitant, you're scared, you just need to ask yourself one question. Can I talk to someone new without feeling mixed emotions or without thinking about the past? Without thinking about that person? Can I look the past dead in the eye and say, it's whatever. It happened. I'm glad I got to learn everything that it needed to teach me. I'm glad I got these memories with this person, but I'm ready to finally let this go. Or I feel indifferent about it. You can look back at the past and say, I feel indifferent about all of this. I'll smile when the memories hit me, but other than that, I don't have any feelings for this person anymore. Can you do that? And if so, and you're still scared, that's just you being scared of what's to come. the fact that you can't control it anymore, the fact that it's all unknown. But I think that's when it's the most fun. When you just go out there and just do it. Just do whatever you want. In terms of love, in terms of friendships, in terms of life, just go out and do it. Go on those random side quests. Go on dates with people. Even if they don't lead to anything, it's always fun because you learn more about other people, you learn more about what you like, and you learn more about yourself. I guess that's what I'm also starting to realize too. For the longest time last year as well, I would always be in the mentality of I will never be able to find someone else. I will never be able to fall in love with someone else. But as time goes on and as time has passed of me facing this breakup, me dragging this breakup that I went through, to the point that I now look back at the past and say, cool. I don't feel anything. I can't cry anymore because I've already cried about this for so long that now I look back at it and I'm like, okay. The only thing I can feel when looking back at the memories at the past is just happiness. Because all that hits me now is the good times. But if I really sit down and think about it, I can also think about the bad times. So when I've dragged this breakup for so long as I could, I now have came into like a state where now I could just say, well, let's go out and have some fun. Because again, all of last year, I was in the firm believer of I don't know if I'll like someone like I did with that person. And it's true, I'm more careful now about who I talk to and what I notice. But that's not to say I'm not just going to have fun and talk to people and say, you know what? Why not? My mom put it simply like this. She told me, you need to start having friends of the opposite gender. You need to understand people. You need to understand how is it that they act, what they do, and from that you'll know and you'll learn about things that you like. That doesn't mean get into a relationship right away. She literally told me that. She was like, doesn't mean get into a relationship. It just means go on dates. You're young. You don't have to tie yourself down right away as a 20-year-old. Just learn how people are. And she told me this right after the breakup, and even then, I told her, yeah, I don't think I will do it. I don't think I will. I think back to that thing that she told me, and I say to myself, she's right. Previously, I was scared to think about starting a new story with someone else, and today I'm still a little iffy about doing that. But that doesn't mean that I have to tie myself down with someone. In any case, I could just have fun, go on cute little dates, even if they don't lead anywhere. It's understandable if you're scared to write something new, to start that new story or that new chapter in your life. But maybe that new chapter or maybe that new story is going to be better than the last one.